Bitcoin is stuck in the mud. The much-hyped Ethereum ETF launch was a disappointment. From the outside, it feels like the crypto market is dead, moving sideways into a long, boring summer. But that feeling is a carefully constructed illusion, because while the giants sleep, a silent, multi-billion-dollar rotation of capital is happening behind the scenes. It's a fundamental shift that is creating the biggest divergence between different sectors of this market we have ever seen. The old rules where a rising Bitcoin lifts all boats are breaking down. By the end of this video, you will understand why your portfolio might be stagnant while other parts of the market are exploding, and you will know exactly where the smart money is flowing next. Let's begin with the sleeping giants. Bitcoin's price has been consolidating for weeks, showing a frustrating lack of direction. While many analysts blame macroeconomic headwinds, there is a subtle but powerful on-chain headwind that most are ignoring: quiet, strategic selling from corporate treasuries. On-chain analysis firms have been tracking wallets linked to public companies that bought Bitcoin in 2021 and 2022. Unlike MicroStrategy, which continues to accumulate, these other corporations are now lightly selling small portions of their holdings whenever the price approaches the top of its range. This isn't panic selling. It's prudent financial management. They are taking profits to improve their quarterly balance sheets or de-risking their positions. However, this creates a consistent low-level selling pressure that acts as a ceiling on the price, preventing any explosive upward moves. This selling is a key reason for the current stagnation, and it's part of a much larger capital rotation that is fueling a massive explosion in a rival ecosystem, which we will get to in just a moment. But first, we have to understand that the capital leaving Bitcoin isn't just vanishing, it's searching for a new home. And it appears that a significant portion of that capital has found its new home on Solana. While Bitcoin and Ethereum stagnate, the Solana ecosystem is experiencing a renaissance. In the last 30 days, the number of new active wallets on the Solana network has surged, and the total value locked, or TVL, in its DeFi protocols has climbed steadily, defying the market-wide trend. We are seeing a new generation of decentralized exchanges, lending platforms, and consumer applications launching on Solana, attracting users with their speed and incredibly low transaction fees. This is a direct consequence of Ethereum's high fees and the sell the news disappointment from its ETF launch. A narrative is forming that while Ethereum may have won the institutional legitimacy battle, Solana is winning the user adoption war. Now, remember that strategic corporate selling of Bitcoin I mentioned earlier? Many analysts believe that a portion of that capital isn't just going to cash. It's being strategically reinvested by sophisticated funds into higher growth ecosystems like Solana, funding the new projects and development that are driving this very explosion. It's a classic rotation from a low-growth blue chip into a high-growth challenger stock. This intense competition between chains like Ethereum and Solana is fascinating, but it's masking an even deeper technological shift that is changing the very architecture of blockchain technology. This is the rise of the modular blockchain thesis. For years, blockchains have been monolithic. Think of a project like Solana. It tries to do everything by itself: execute transactions, ensure security, and store data, all on one super-fast layer. It's like an all-in-one desktop computer from the 90s. The new modular approach argues that this is inefficient. Instead, the future is specialized. A modular stack might use Ethereum as the ultra-secure settlement layer for finalizing transactions. It might use a project like Celestia as a hyper-efficient data availability layer to simply store transaction data cheaply. And it might use a layer 2 roll-up, like Arbitrum or Optimism, as the execution layer where users actually interact. Think of it like building a custom PC today. You don't buy an all-in-one. You pick the best specialized graphics card, the best CPU, and the best storage to create a machine that is far more powerful. This technological shift is complex, But it's absolutely crucial because it's enabling a new generation of applications that were previously impossible, especially in high-demand sectors like gaming, which is seeing its own quiet and finally successful revolution. For years, Web3 gaming has been a disappointment, defined by clunky play-to-earn models that felt more like a job than fun. That is finally changing. This month, the Japanese gaming giant Square Enix, the studio behind Final Fantasy, fully launched their new title, Symbiogenesis, which is built around NFT integration on the Polygon network. And for the first time, the player response has been overwhelmingly positive. Why? Because they got the formula right. The NFTs are not a requirement to play. They are cosmetic items, unique character profiles, and story-related collectibles that offer true digital ownership without disrupting the core gameplay. Players are not grinding to earn pennies. They are engaging in a rich story and earning or trading assets that have real community-driven value. Now, remember that modular thesis we just discussed? This level of a rich, complex in-game economy with thousands of transactions is only possible because of these new, scalable infrastructure solutions. The technology is finally catching up to the vision, creating real-world use cases that can onboard millions of mainstream users. Finally, we must overlay this entire picture with the global macro environment, which is also diverging. While the U.S. economy shows signs of cooling, potentially allowing the Federal Reserve to consider rate cuts later this year, Europe is still battling stubborn inflation. This could force the European Central Bank to keep interest rates higher for longer. This divergence can lead to a stronger U.S. dollar relative to the euro. Since Bitcoin and the broader crypto market are primarily priced in dollars, a stronger DXY, or U.S. dollar index, often acts as a headwind, making it more expensive for international investors to buy crypto and suppressing prices. It's a global chessboard, and the moves of central banks are a powerful, often overlooked force. So we are left with the Great Divergence. The market is no longer a monolith. The giants like Bitcoin are seeing quiet, strategic profit-taking, while challenger ecosystems like Solana are experiencing explosive growth. The underlying technology itself is being rebuilt around a more efficient modular thesis, which is finally enabling real-world use cases like mainstream gaming to succeed. The era of simply buying any crypto and waiting for the market tide to lift it is over. The new era rewards specialization, research, and understanding where the capital, the users, and the innovation are truly flowing. The question is no longer, when is the bull market, but rather, which bull market are you paying attention to? If this deep dive gives you a new framework for understanding today's complex market, please support our analysis. Like this video, comment below with which trend you find most interesting, Solana, modular, or gaming, and share this video with a friend who thinks the crypto market is boring right now. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights that cut through the noise. Thank you for watching.